constantly got something to say to me. Like, bro, get off my, like, plain and simple, bro. Get off, bro. Go about your business, bro. If you want to fight me, we could fight. If it ain't that, what are you talking about me for? Why you always got my name in your mouth, bro?
Teofimo Lopez recently bashed Shakur Stevenson for what he called taking a weak fight after news broke that Stevenson's WBC lightweight world title defense would now be against part-time plumber Josh Padley. Originally, Stevenson was set to defend his belt against Floyd Schofield Jr. on the UR Badarbev versus Dimitri Bivol II undercard in Saudi Arabia. However, that fight was scrapped when Schofield Jr. was deemed medically unfit by the British Boxing Board of Control.
Shakur said last week that Schofield was going to pull out. Shakur said a month ago during the press conference he wouldn't be shocked if Floyd pulled out. And then just breaking, the Ring magazine is reporting.
Lopez didn't hold back on his criticism, slamming Stevenson for what he sees as a planned move to keep his belt safe without taking risks. "This dude's always looking for the easy way out," Lopez allegedly said. However, some fans see this fight as an emergency fight and not necessarily Shakur picking an easy opponent, which we could understand given that fight day is just hours away.
And be like, oh, I think I could beat him because he got out the ring and said I was the greatest fighter he got in the ring with. That was his exact words. He DM'd me, said, bro, you better than everybody I ever seen, this, that, and the third. So he remembered, like,
Josh Padley, a former Central Area champion, hasn't faced anyone near Stevenson's level, though he was ranked no 12 by the WBC after his September win over Mark Chamberlain at Wembley Stadium. Despite his inexperience at this elite level, WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman confirmed that Padley is eligible to fight for the lightweight world title. Teofimo, who is never shy about giving his opinion, doubled down on his view of Stevenson's title defense. "This guy talks a big game, but when it's time to show up, he's all about cherry-picking. Who's this Padley guy? Some weekend warrior with a tool belt. The fans aren't dumb."
Teofimo Lopez, another easy fight. The problem with him is he's too delusional to go in the gym and fix his mistakes. So
the situation took an even stranger turn after Schofield Jr.'s father, Floyd Schofield Sr., made wild claims about his son being poisoned before the fight was canceled. Schofield Sr. claimed Floyd will be okay and make a full recovery. Someone tried to kill him, although he later clarified that no blame should be put on Stevenson's team. The statement only added more fuel to the fire. Teofimo wasn't buying any of the excuses, poisoned or not. Schofield was ready to give Stevenson a real fight. Lopez claimed now Shakur is hiding behind some last-minute sub who doesn't stand a chance.
Breaking news, and it's bad. Floyd Schofield is out of the Shakur-Stevenson fight, canceled. This is not a test.
Padley's rise to this moment has all the makings of a boxing Cinderella story, and while his job as a part-time electrician and lack of big fight experience are well known, Padley is determined to make the most of his unexpected shot at glory. Reflecting on his situation, Padley said, "I know if it were me, I would already be in the gym working, and if I'm close to fighting weight, then I'm ready to go. I respect him for what he's doing, but I would for sure be willing to do the same thing." Padley has long dreamt of committing to boxing full-time, but financial limitations have kept him working outside the ring. After his win over Chamberlain, he returned to work just a few weeks later. "It all depends on what sort of fights come through, as these offers," he explained, and his boots.
And Shakur, man, he lost it. He lost it, man. He lost to Ruben Villa, and then he wanted to go up to one of the, I think he did, wanted to the top, to the rooftop of the hotel, and he wanted to jump off. I ain't trying to have actual blood on.
If they're the bigger fights, then I might be able to take the camp off again with the help of my sponsors that helped me out with this camp, so I can be full-time again for the next camp. But I will go back into work and pick my tools back up for Monday after my holiday because I don't know what the offers are just yet, so I've got to put things in place just in case it isn't right. Lopez scoffed at the idea of Stevenson facing such an opponent. "What are we watching here? A title defense or a charity event?" he asked mockingly. Stevenson's friends should be embarrassed for him. It's like watching a lion take on a house cat.
This is going straight for those big names like Tank.
I think the winner
Ryan.
of this is the big name.
Okay.
You show me all those, we talk about Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. They can't sell 3,000, 4,000. I mean, I don't know what Shakur sold in Vegas. Less than 2,000.
I heard it was 1,800.
Despite the criticisms, Padley is treating the fight as the opportunity of a lifetime. His hard-working, no-nonsense approach has earned him respect in his local boxing circles, and he intends to bring that grit into the ring against Stevenson. Still, many boxing insiders are skeptical that he stands a chance against one of the division's most talented fighters, as Stevenson's team remains tight-lipped about the last-minute opponent change. Teofimo Lopez continues to apply public pressure. "I'm out here fighting the best in the world, taking on real risks." Meanwhile, Shakur is acting like he's in a sparring session. It's bad for boxing, and the fans deserve better.
I'm A-class.
So you, Devin Haney, Shakur.
Devin and Shakur shouldn't even be like mentioned, really,
Why not?
because they not good. One puts you to sleep while the other one can't take a hit.
Padley fans, on the other hand, are embracing the underdog narrative, and the storyline of a part-time electrician getting a crack at a world title is already drawing comparisons to the Rocky movies. Whether Padley can channel that same movie, magic in the ring remains to be seen, but one thing is for sure. He won't lack motivation when he steps into the ring with Stevenson. Meanwhile, Schofield Jr. is recovering from whatever led to his withdrawal, but his father's dramatic statements continue to swirl around the boxing world. The question of whether Schofield will get a chance at Stevenson down the road remains unanswered.
With it. So I wish him nothing but success and the best. But you can't. You got to take the cuts, man. This is what it takes. They can only build us for so.
But Teofimo Lopez is sure the fight will never happen. He's scared, plain and simple. Lopez declared he doesn't want to face real threats, and now he's running to safe ground. Padley is a nice story, but he's not a real contender. Interview 9 tie with it, so I wish him nothing but success and the best. But you can't, You have to take the cuts, man. This is what it takes. They could only build us for so long as Stevenson prepares for the fight. All eyes will be on whether he can handle the heat coming from Lopez and the rest of the boxing. World Tough's criticisms may sting, but Stevenson's reaction will ultimately be settled in the ring. For Padley, it's a chance to shock the world. For Stevenson, it's a chance to prove that his title reign is anything but weak, no matter what Teofimo Lopez says. It's just recently that Teofimo Lopez wasted no time throwing jabs at Shakur Stevenson, after the latter's surprising decision to step away from boxing, saying that Stevenson simply didn't want to take a pay cut. The WBO light welterweight champion framed it as a financial move, following what Teofimo described as Shakur's lackluster performance against Edwin dos Santos. Teofimo didn't mince words, claiming Stevenson would rather retire than take the financial hit from Top Rank.
Well, it's his last fight with Top Rank, so good riddance. But he just fought a guy that had only 7 KOs. And what was it, 12-1? What was it, his record? Nobody knows, come on.
He said, "F this, I'm the best, and I'm going to retire with it." Teofimo's old Fight Hub TV, that quote alone sent shockwaves through the boxing world. If what Teofimo says is true, it paints a picture of a fighter who wasn't just protecting his undefeated record, but also his wallet. While Top Rank hasn't publicly confirmed any forced pay cut, it's not hard to see why such a talk would have come up. Shakur's fight against dos Santos reportedly brought in dismal ticket sales at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, and the boos from the crowd that night were deafening. Fans were frustrated by Stevenson's strategy of circling the ring, focusing more on defense than delivering an exciting battle. It's a performance many felt was beneath someone of Stevenson's caliber, a 3-division world champion. Bob Arum, Top Rank's head honcho, revealed that the WBC had even reached out to Stevenson to ask if he was planning on retiring. They would take his lightweight title if he did, Arum explained. Stevenson supposedly told them he wasn't retiring, but the conversation alone is enough to raise eyebrows. Why would the WBC jump to such a question unless there were rumblings behind the scenes? Teofimo's comments didn't stop there. He explained that reaching boxing's elite level isn't just about defending an undefeated record. It's about taking risks and proving yourself over and over again. They can only build us up for so long, Teofimo said, implying that Shakur was riding on reputation rather than continuing to lead performances. You've got to take the cuts.